Good morning and welcome to another edition of our backcountry tour of Idaho, backcountry strips. And we're going to go today from, let's see, we're starting at our 7th stop where we just finished in Warm Springs near Lowman. B7, that was 0U1 Lowman. And we're going to fly down the Payette River here, past some really good whitewater rafting. To the town of Lowman, and then we're going to take the, what are we on the, let's see, this is the South Fork of the Payette here. We're going to follow that through Grimes Pass and then into Garden Valley. So here's our airstrip here, and let's go ahead and take a look at what that terrain looks like right around Garden Valley. And you can kind of see we're coming through some pretty good canyons along the Payette River there. Opens up just in the nick of time there for us to make a quick landing along the hillside there and the road into Garden Valley. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get started today on another trip into the backcountry. Stop 8, U88 Garden Valley Airport.
TOS system test, okay. TOS system test, okay.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too.
Good morning. Let's get on our way here from Warm Springs Creek on to Garden Valley, Idaho. Stop number 8. Let's jump on inside and get ourselves going here. And we'll go ahead. Okay, clear. Let's take a quick look up here. We have 10 gallons or so. A little bit more on that side, closer to 14 or so. So I think we're going to burn out of the right side. We are burning out of the left tank now. Let's go ahead and switch it to the right tank. Should be good. All right. Okay. Okay. And Warm Springs Creek. Traffic, number 107 Bravo Romeo. We're preparing to depart on runway 20 for a west departure, Warm Springs traffic. Okay, takeoff flaps are set. Everything's pretty good here. We're yourself every last little bit of runway we've got here, since this is not a real big spot here. Okay. Warm Springs Creek traffic, November 107 Bravo Romeo, rolling runway 20, Warm Springs Creek. Stay just a little bit left of that tree there. And we're off. And while we're climbing out, we'll climb up a little bit, and then I'm going to plug in our destination of Garden Valley. And we'll just get a little bit of altitude here. And I'm going to pop the flaps off now, and we'll climb out, get some speed and altitude. Down below, this is the scenic Highway 21 and the South Fork of the Payette River. Now we've got a little bit of altitude under our belt. We can go in here. I'll zoom out a little bit. What we'll do is just go direct. Let's select our waypoint, which will be U88. Enter that, Garden Valley. That looks good. So we're going to follow the river, though, for a little bit here instead of going direct. See what we can see down here following the Payette River. And we're going to see if we can get over some good whitewater rafting spots, which I was fortunate enough to do this summer with the Payette River Company, my family, including my dad. We did, and yeah, we had some senior citizens whitewater rafting with us too. It was pretty good. I have to give them a lot of credit. That was pretty cool move, and we had just a great time. Beautiful place to whitewater raft. First time I've ever done it. I really loved it. Yeah, you can see a little bit of a, this looks like upper Lowman to me here, and then the main town of Lowman will be down the river a little bit longer. Spent some time fishing right around here. Really good fishing for some rainbow trout. My daughter's actually the expert, but this little spot right here looks potentially familiar. That might not be it. There's definitely some good whitewater rafting down in here. Pop back inside a second and make sure we're still on target here. Just don't lose sight of our. There's going to be a spot where we have to follow the Payette River as we get to downtown Lowman. Downtown, again, not really. Now that white area right there I recognize as a good landmark. A little rock over there. We're down there at Kirkham Hot Springs. Great spot to stop by the side of the road. If you're at Hot Springs, it's kind of a cool place to hang out. Flows right into the river. I believe if we went to the right there, that would go up to maybe Deadwood Reservoir. Definitely don't want to go that way though. We're going to stay this way along Banks Lowman Road, heading towards Banks and Garden Valley. So the road's up here quite a bit above the river on the right side. One winter, right around Christmas time, got stranded out on the side of that road. It was probably the 23rd of December. Late at night, snowstorm moved in, and two-vehicle convoy. One of them got disabled, and we were able to load two giant-sized trucks into one truck and make our way down to Garden Valley, 20 miles or so. It was not easy, and there was some landslides and stuff that had. The reason one of the vehicles got disabled was a big boulder it hit, just big enough to tear the oil pan off of a Super Duty Ford truck. So fortunately, Dad's truck was still working, and we piled quite a couple of families worth in, putting a dog and an igloo in back and a bunch of Christmas presents and all that kind of stuff into quite a cozy cab. But it was all good in the end. We made it back to Boise on a failed attempt to get into Sun Valley that night because the road by Lowman was closed. Kind of out where we were at Warm Springs, it was closed right there. Can't get over that pass back to Stanley because of avalanche warning that night. So foiled our little winter nights trip. The weather just kept getting worse. So, but we did make it back to Boise. Anyway, somewhere along the road down below us there. So I kind of have fond memories of Garden Valley. First payphone, I think it was. quite a ways. Cell phones do not work out in that area or this area we're at right now very well at all in the mountains, so don't be depending on those. Take a look out here and see how close we're getting. Not too bad now. Alright, and got distance-wise here. About 6.5 miles, 3.5 minutes or so, so. Go to U88. See what we have there. Got a runway 10 and 28. So right now I think we're going to be looking at runway 28 and about 3,850 feet. So start slowing us up a little bit. Garden Valley traffic, November 107 Bravo Romeo, about 5 miles to the east, inbound for landing runway 28 Garden Valley. (3177) is the elevation. Garden Valley traffic, November 107 Bravo Romeo, 3 miles east, inbound landing 28 Garden Valley. Garden Valley traffic, November 107 Bravo Romeo, 1.5 miles to the east, inbound runway 28, 3700 Garden Valley. Garden Valley traffic number 107 Bravo Romeo, short final for runway 28 Garden Valley. Okay, welcome to Garden Valley. It'd be a lot easier approach to come in on runway 2, but sorry, in runway 10. But we're low and slow. 28 worked out perfect for us. We were coming in, but probably I would say most of the time you'd come in and probably land runway 10. And if I were to look up any information about that, I bet you would say something to that similar effect. But anyway, here's a pretty area, Garden Valley. A lot of agriculture greenhouses, and I think they got some geothermal here, much like Boise, so you can heat some of your stuff for free if you're so lucky. All right, we'll talk to you guys again on our next trip. Welcome to Stop 8 U88 Garden Valley Airport.